it, giving, scheduling it out. All those things add so much more. And this is maybe not the, it comes with the branding as well, right? Then you become known for being someone who's reliable. And that's super important.
Yeah, I really agree, and I feel that, for me especially, because I was wearing so many hats, I constantly felt like I was failing at something. So I was like, okay, if I'm in the kitchen, then something's going wrong with the business, and if I'm doing something with the business, then I'm not able to be in the kitchen. And it takes when you're that young and you're starting out, it affects your self-confidence. You start feeling insecure. Luckily, there's just so much happening and there's so many fires to fight that you don't get time to think about much. But when I look back today, I'm like, wow, these are the things that I actually went through and made it through it. So I feel that at any given point, you will always have a certain amount of self-doubt, and you'll always feel that, okay.
What do you think is the key to doing that well?
I don't feel like I'm doing well.
I think it's always a work in progress. For me, the one saying that we always have in the organization is culture eats strategy for breakfast. Like culture is always top down. So as much as I can be there and train people myself and figure out how things need to be carried out. And I think one thing that I really wish I had known in the start of my career, which I didn't believe in, I don't know why. I was like, this is never gonna happen, but just the beauty of processes. I'm like the minute, and for some reason, I worked in Switzerland, so I'd seen it, but I couldn't translate that when I started working. And just understanding how processes work, and you're relying on a process more than a person doing the job, just makes it so much easier to scale.
I don't think I've heard processes sound as glamorous ever. But Thomas, what about you? You have your teams love you, and I feel like that's something you're doing right there.
So I told you I don't think I'm a great cook, but I know I'm a great leader, and I think I was born to lead. And I loved processes from the beginning. I was not just a food nerd, I was a nerd, period. So lots of Excel sheets, lots of documents, everything neatly organized, SOPs, all of that, right from when I was like early 20s. So
when he came for my podcast, he came with a list. He's like, this is what we will talk about. I'm like, wow.
But I think in terms of growing and holding on to a great team, I know, again, like the word gets thrown around a lot. I spend a lot of time and energy in finding good people. So even with the Locavore, our hiring process is like 3 months long. So we put a call out, people have to fill a Google form, then they get interviewed by somebody on the team, then they have an assignment. Wow. Then they have further shortlisted, then they have an interview with me. So because I think very little attention is given to like hiring, because there has to be like fits on so many levels, right? Like talent fit, but also culture fit. So that's one. Secondly, you need to know what values that are guiding you through the business, and we are very vocal about this at the Locavore. So empathy is one. Creativity is one, being intentional or purposeful is one. So all of these things